You. Good evening and welcome to the 6th annual Persist Women's Political Engagement Conference. I am Denise Davis and I work in the Office of Governmental and Community Relations at UCR. I founded this conference in 2017 when I was the director of the Women's Resource Center. Because of the response from students in 2016, the day after the presidential election, when we didn't see our first female president elected, after thinking there was a good chance we would, we hosted a lunch with 60 students who came to express their disappointment, fears, and feelings of disempowerment. Persist was born in that moment as we considered what we could do to better engage women and everyone who has been marginalized in the political arena. Persist is for everyone. It's a conference that aims to inspire you to get involved in politics, whether that's running for office, working for a legislator, being a climate and/or reproductive rights activist, or just finding a way to engage that fits you. While we know running for office isn't for everyone, I do want to take a moment to emphasize how important it is to get more women running for elected office. I had an experience last night that gave me extra motivation coming into this conference today. I was elected to the Redlands City Council in 2018, and during a candidate forum last night, found myself as the only woman on stage with 6 men. This is why we need Persist. According to the latest data from the Rutgers Center for American Women in Politics, women are underrepresented at similar rates at every level of government. From the municipal to the state to the congressional level, women only make up about 30% of those in elected office. We know that when women are at the table, the conversation changes. Not only that, the research proves that women are effective when we do get that seat at the table. A recent study in the American Journal of Political Science found that female members of the House rout their male counterparts in both bringing home the money and shaping policy. Between 1984 and 2004, women won their home districts an average of $49 million more per year than their male counterparts, a finding that held regardless of party, geography, committee position, tenure in office, or margin of victory. A similar performance gap showed up in policy. Women sponsored more bills, on average of 3 more per Congress, co-sponsored more bills, an average of 26 more per Congress, and attracted a greater number of co-sponsors than their male colleagues. If you're not convinced yet, I hope you'll stay for all of our panels this evening, as we will be hearing from some of the most incredible state legislators as well as local elected officials. At this time, I want to say some major thank yous. First of all, this conference would not be possible without the hard work of Mark Manaling and Rayon Kalam from the School of Public Policy. Give them a round of applause. They stepped in this year to help co-sponsor Persist and took on an incredible amount of work organizing the logistics, and I am so grateful for their heroic efforts to make this year's conference a success. Otherwise, I am so grateful for our sponsors, the UCR Women's Resource Center, the School of Public Policy, the Office of Governmental and Community Relations, ASUCR, Planned Parenthood of the Pacific Southwest, UCR Center for Social Innovation, UCR Political Science, Chicano Student Programs, African Student Programs, and the LGBT Resource Center. Special thanks to ASUCR President Mufida Asaf, ASUCR Executive Vice President Myra Usmani, ASUCR Vice President of Internal Affairs Jeanine Nassar, and ASUCR Vice President of External Affairs Amina Hearns. They helped us promote the event, sponsored the t-shirts, and are participating today in the conference. Thank you to the Cheech for working with us to host this event in such an exciting, historic, culturally significant, and phenomenal venue. Thank you again to everyone for making the 6th annual Persist conference such a special event. Thanks for bearing with us with the tech difficulties too. At this point, I would now like to bring up Dinara Godage, a Dean Student Ambassador from the UCR School of Public Policy, for some brief remarks.
Thank you so much for the introduction. On behalf of the entire UCR School of Public Policy, its faculty, staff, and students, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you in attendance today. We are delighted to have partnered with the UCR Women's Resource Center and the UCR Office of Governmental and Community Relations to bring you this year's Persist Women's Conference. For those of you who may not be familiar with us, the UCR School of Public Policy was established in 2012 and is one of only 4 public policy schools in the 10-campus University of California system. UCR is the only major research university in Southern California to offer a Master of Public Policy program. And we are the only public policy school with an undergraduate public policy major in the entire UC program. Our motto is solutions for the region, solutions for the world. We train our students in applying policy lessons learned globally to the policy challenges we find in our local communities. Our school's mission is to prepare students like me to become tomorrow's policy leaders, community leaders, and government leaders who can address the big issues facing our society today, such as climate change, poverty and homelessness, health disparities, and the student loan debt crisis, just to name a few. At the UCR School of Public Policy, we believe that representation matters. As we are all too aware, there is currently a dearth of women in politics, especially women of color. Challenges facing women such as the gender pay gap, underrepresentation in STEM fields, human trafficking, as well as sexual assault, violence, and harassment requires sound public policy in concert with women's voices on the local, regional, state, and federal levels. This is why the Persist Women's Conference is so important, with its goals of enlightening and empowering women like me and many of my classmates to pursue the work of making an impact in our communities and beyond. We at the UCR School of Public Policy are so honored to be one of the main organizers for this important event. We hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you so much. Lastly, I would now like to bring up for some brief remarks Jeanine Nassar, the Vice President of Internal Affairs for ASUCR.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'm just going to bring this away. My name is Jeanine Nassar, and I'm very honored to be part of the Persist conference this year. I'm a third-year political science administrative studies major with a concentration in finance and a minor in business analytics here at UCR. And I'm currently serving as the ASUCR Vice President of Campus Internal Affairs. A little bit about my position and what ASUCR is. ASUCR is the associated student body of UCR. Essentially, we are the voice of the students on campus. In my position, I am responsible for overseeing internal affairs of campus, which works on ensuring the diverse needs of students on campus are met, that students have access to basic needs, and that all issues pertaining to academic affairs are up to standard. We also raise awareness and support resources that help aid the prevention of sexual violence. Sorry, this is like confusing. In addition to this, I served as an intern with a nonprofit organization furthering the advocacy of Arab Americans in California. I served as an intern with the Middle Eastern Student Center at UCR, and I previously served as an ethnic and gender liaison striving to advance the diverse needs of the 13 ethnic and gender departments on campus. Something I have noticed throughout all of these experiences is that no matter how much one accomplishes, you are constantly being pushed to grow, constantly pushed to do better and to strive above your expectations. As a first-generation Middle Eastern student coming into a four-year university with the end goal to attend law school, there has been many challenges. My passions were there, but finding ways to turn them into action has been foggy. I once read a quote that said, "Surround yourself with women who would mention your name in a room full of opportunities." I hold this statement really close to my heart and remind myself of it throughout my experiences. I would not have been able to reach my goals or even find my passion if it were not for a very few prominent women in my life. I was mentored by an intern that I used to work with. She pushed me to become confident in my ability to lead and advocate. But most importantly, she taught me to be unapologetic with my engagement. I was then the ethnic and gender liaison position, who was run by current ASUCR President Mufida Asaf. She'll be speaking later tonight. But to say that she did not push me until I hated her would be an understatement. She provided me with insight and knowledge about my abilities and what impact I can make here at UCR. In my current position I hold as VP CIA, I was entrusted by the student body to lead. I had a support system for my closest friends and family who pushed me to persist through challenges I would face. They empowered me. The common theme throughout my work is women. Women who make opportunities and encourage other women. Just like Mufida and my other mentors helped me find my drive, I want to do the same for other women I have the opportunity to mentor in the future. This year, I'm very excited to announce that 5 out of our 6 members of our executive cabinet of ASUCR identify as women, each pursuing her own goals for her office. Members of the executive cabinet decided to co-sponsor the Persist conference because we heavily believe in preparing women to remain persistent in the political realm. And we strive to do the same within our own personal offices. The 3 words that are the theme of tonight's event, engagement, enlightenment, and empowerment, ASUCR strives to embody these 3 characteristics. We want to share and encourage the opportunities within each office. We want to motivate women who are involved in leadership to continue working on their advocacy. And we want to build a place where women are mentoring other women and mentioning their names in a room full of opportunities. With that being said, I want to thank the organizers of the Persist Conference for giving me the opportunity to speak at today's conference and for allowing an event like this to even happen. So I welcome you all to the Persist Conference, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity for members of our community to take part in.